Hello dear student, welcome to my class. We already discussed different type of vector. Actually what is polar vector and what is axial vector? Polar vector always directional effect, but if you compare to the axial vector, it always depends on axis of rotation. Clear? And we already discussed different type of vector. And out of the vector, one vector is important, that is known as unity vector. So what is unity vector? Unity vector is the type of vector whose magnitude always 1. If we take suppose a cap is unity vector and its magnitude means which is equal to 1. And what is the most important significance of unity vector? When unity vector, if you multiply with a magnitude, suppose there is a physical quantity which is equal to 5 Newton. This is not physical quantity, this is not vector. If you multiply with a direction and magnitude, then we get a vector here. So if you multiply here I cap, what is I cap? I cap, j cap, k cap, I cap, j cap and k cap are the unity vector along x axis, and j cap unity vector along y axis, and k cap unity vector along z axis. Suppose if you multiply here magnitude with a vector, or it indicate the direction of the vector, then this is a vector quantity. And force, that means force 5 Newton act on a particle along x axis. Clear? So this is the importance of or significance of a unity vector. And the unity vector which is represented by a cap, which is equal to a vector divided by magnitude of a vector, or you can write this relation a vector divided by a, simple a. Clear? This is known as unit vector. And I cap, j cap, k cap are also known as orthogonal unit vector. What does it mean? Here 3 dimension x axis, and second one y axis, and third one z axis. This is origin 0 0 0 comma. Clear? To represent the direction of x axis, here we know that is I cap, and here j cap, and this is k cap. So I cap, j cap, k cap is also known as orthogonal unit vector. And I cap which is equal to j cap which is equal to k cap, all the magnitude of unit vector which is equal to 1 unit. Clear? Okay, now let's start. Multiplication of vector by a real number. Multiplication of vector by a real number. Clear? Suppose there is a vector and its direction this direction, and its magnitude, suppose its magnitude 5 meter. So I can write, if this is direction east, west and north south direction, then this vector a can be represented by this vector a vector equal to 5 meter towards east. So I can write here towards east direction. It represents the vector form because it consists only magnitude and direction which get a vector quantity. Clear? Okay. Now if you multiply any real number with this vector, suppose if we take one example, now multiply a real number. Suppose if we take a real number 2, and now this real number 2 which is multiplied with a vector, then we can write 2 times a vector, and which represent another one vector, that is p vector, and its magnitude now 2 times of a vector, and here a vector which is equal to 2 into 5 Newton towards east direction. Clear? Okay, so this is p vector, but its direction is along the direction of east direction, but its magnitude is 2 times as magnitude of a vector. This is the multiplication of real number with a vector. Or you can take another one example. Suppose I am writing here this vector a vector, if we multiply with a n real number, suppose n, real number if you multiply n, then n into a vector which represent a new vector, that is equal to p vector, and its direction is along the direction of a vector. But here n suppose 2, which is positive quantity, so p vector which is equal to 2 a vector, and the direction of p along the direction of a vector. If n equal to -2, this is real number also, so in this case 2a vector here which is equal to p dash, we can write here. What is p dash? Means the direction of p dash now opposite to a vector, because this is the initial direction of a vector towards east, but now we get a new vector whose magnitude is 2 times a vector, but the direction of p dash and direction of a vector which is opposite to each other. So in this case this represent the p vectors, p dash vector which is opposite to a vector. Clear? Okay, another one example you can take. Suppose n equal to 0, so 0 into a vector which is another vector. Suppose this vector is, I am writing here p double dash, and 0 into a which is equal to 0 vector, and this show that this is null vector. And what is null vector? Whose magnitude is 0 but direction is arbitrary direction. Direction is arbitrary or not defined direction. Clear? These are all about multiplication of vector by real number. Next, come to another point, multiplication of vector by a scalar quantity or scalar here. So now let's start. Multiplication of vector by a scalar quantity. Clear? Okay, suppose there is a vector. We already know velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. If we multiply with a scalar, and we already know mass is a scalar quantity, because mass has only magnitude, you don't need any direction. But while you discuss about the term velocity, it possesses both magnitude as well as direction. But we already know velocity into mass or mass into velocity, which give a new physical quantity, and that physical quantity is known as linear momentum. Linear momentum, which represented by a capital P vector, and this represented by P, and velocity represented by V vector, and this is P vector, and mass is not a vector, this is only a scalar quantity. So we can write here mass into velocity, because the vector quantity which gives a vector quantity. So if velocity is a vector, mass is a scalar. If we multiply a scalar with vector, then final result will be a vector quantity. That means momentum is here, that is a vector quantity. So if we multiply a scalar with vector, then we get a new physical quantity, and that new physical quantity is known as vector quantity. Clear? So this is the representation of vector if we multiply a vector by a scalar quantity. Clear? Okay. Now let's start. Angle between two vector. Angle between two vector. Okay, suppose there is a vector. This vector is a vector, and there is another one vector. Suppose this vector, I am writing here east, west, north, south direction. Clear? So this is a vector, and which is towards east, and another one vector B vector, and this is B vector which directed towards this direction from east axis, from this axis. Clear? So in this case we have to find angle between two vector. First important thing to find angle between two vector, first you have to identify the tail and head to head. So which point is head? Here this arrow mark we already know that this treated as head and depended by h, and this point is known as tail, and here also this point tail, and this point is head of a vector A and vector B. Now to find angle between two vector, first you have to join tail to tail, tail to tail. So to find angle between two vector, first we have to join here. Suppose this is vector A, because vector can be shifted by using parallel method or parallel shifting of vector method. So what is parallel shifting of vector method? When we shift a vector from one position to another position, there is no change in direction and magnitude. Magnitude and direction remain constant, but position of the vector just change from one place to another place. So similarly, I am writing here vector A and another one vector B vector. Now shift this vector B vector in this way, parallel shifting of vector, and now join tail. This point is tail to tail of vector B, and this vector is B vector and this vector is A vector, and here this point is tail of A and this point is tail of B. Clear? Tail of A and this point is tail of B. Now coincide with tail of A and tail of B, then we get angle, two angle. When the tail of A vector and tail of B vector coincide with each other, যেতବେଳେ গোটে পয়েন্টরে দুইটাক ইন্টরসেকশন হয়ে যাবে আর গোটে পয়েন্টরে মিশি যাবে, and they make a certain angle, this angle suppose known as theta, and this total angle which is 360 minus theta. We already know total angle of a circle. If there is a circle, it consists 4 quadrant and total 4 quadrant which is equal to 360 degree. If this angle is theta, then total angle also 360 minus theta, or you can write this angle is theta or theta 1, then this angle which is equal to theta 2. Then question may arise here, if there is two angle theta 1 and theta 2, which angle is angle between A vector and B vector? Keep in mind here, the smallest angle should be considered as angle between two vector. So you have to write one note. First, to find angle between two vector, first join their tail to tail and measure the small angle between them. Measure the small angle between them. So here theta 1 and theta 2. Theta 1 is smaller than theta 2. So which angle is angle between A vector and B vector? So here small angle is theta 1, get out theta 2. So theta 1 is angle between two vector or A vector and B vector. Clear? So this angle, suppose I am taking one example here. There is a vector and this vector is A vector and another one vector, suppose this vector is B vector, and again there is two angle, suppose this angle theta 1 and this angle theta 2. So which angle is angle between A vector and B vector? So in this case this theta 1 is angle between A vector and B vector. Why? Because theta 1 is here smaller than theta 2. Clear? Okay. So when two vectors like this direction which are opposite to each other and angle between them 180 degree. So which one is angle between two vectors? In this case, theta equal to 180 degree angle between two vector. Clear? If we take another one example here, suppose there is a vector and this vector is a vector and another one vector is, suppose here this vector is b vector and here angle that is theta 1 and this angle is theta 2. Then which angle is angle between two vector, or angle A and angle between A and B vector? So here also you have to choose two angle, and which angle is smaller? In this case theta 2 is smaller than theta 1. So theta 2 is known as angle between two vector. Clear? Okay. So here the angle which always vary from 0 degree to 180 degree. Keep in mind one thing here. This theta can be right which is less than equal to 180 degree or greater than equal to 0 degree. Clear? So angle between two vector will be less than equal to 180 degree. 180 degree संगे समान होइथिबो किबा 180 डिग्री रु कम होइथिबो, बट एठी हम कोन देखिबा ना एंगल 0 डिग्री रु अधिका होइथिबो और 0 डिग्री संगे समान होइथिबो, एंगल कोन कहा जाय? एंगल बिटवीन टू वेक्टर. क्लियर? ओके. नाउ लेट्स टेक वन एग्जांपल. How to find angle between two vector? Suppose there is an example. This is A vector and there is another one vector. Suppose this vector is B vector and vector A towards each direction, east, west, north and south. Vector A which is pointed towards each direction, and this angle, suppose this angle which is B vector consists with east axis or east direction, that is 45 degree. Clear? And if we take another one vector, suppose there is another one vector C vector is here and which make an angle 30 degree with east axis. Here this axis E, this direction, and here also this east axis. Now question may arise here, find angle between A vector and B vector. First question. Second question, B vector and C vector. And third question, C vector or A vector and C vector. Now find angle between them. You can calculate angle between AB, BC and AC. So how can we find this vector? First you have to draw a quadrant system. East, here this is west, north, and this point is south. Clear? Okay. Now look at the diagram. Here A vector which is towards east. So this represent A vector towards east. This is A vector. Then second one, another one vector B vector, but it is directed 45 degree angle with east or this axis, means this the direction of B vector. Why? Because if you want to find the angle between two vectors, first you have to join their tail to tail. Then you can measure the angle between A vector and B vector, and this angle is now 45 degree. Then come to vector C, and this vector which is 30 degree below this axis means east direction. So we can write here, this is the direction of vector C. Why? Because we have to join first their tail to tail, and this is tail of A vector, tail of B vector, tail of C vector, and all these vectors coincide at a point, and at that point we have to find angle, and this angle which is equal to 30 degree, so we can write here 30 degree. Clear? And this angle 45 degree you can write another one format. This is north and east. 45 degree you can write here. This vector B vector which incline 45 degree north. 45 degree north of east. In this way you can represent a vector 45 degree north of east. And second one vector here, that is vector C, and this vector C which represent that is south direction. So 30 degrees south, 30 degrees south of east. This is the direction. Clear? And here this is the direction, east direction of a vector. So now we have to find angle between a vector, B vector, BC and AC. A and B first, come to A and B. So this angle A and B which is 45 degree, it is very easy. Next B and C, this angle is B and this angle is C, but this is 45 plus 30 and this total angle which is equal to 75 degree. So this angle is about 75 degree. And next one question, AC, and again between A and C, that is 30 degree. So this angle is 30 degree. Clear? So by using this concept you can calculate the angle. Suppose if we take another one vector here, suppose there is a vector like this, and this vector is D vector which make an angle suppose 15 degree with north, or you can write here D vector 15 degree here south or west, sorry, 15 degree west of north. Clear? Another one question I am writing here, find angle between A vector and vector D. So what is the angle between A and D? This total angle, this is A vector and this is D. So this total angle is known as angle between A vector and D vector, because total angle 90 plus 15, 105 degree. In this way you can calculate angle between any other vector quantity. Clear? So these are all about how to calculate angle between two vector. So first thing you have to remember here, first join their tail to tail and consider the smaller angle between A vector and B vector, or consider the smaller angle between two vector, and this theta always vary from 0 to 180 degree. It may be 0 degree or it may be 180 degree, but the angle should not be greater than 180 degree and less than 0 degree. Clear? This is all about angle between two vector. Now let's start. Important method in vector addition, that is known as vector addition. So how we can add two vector? So now addition of vector or vector addition. Vector addition, it is of two types. First one, graphical method. Graphical method of vector addition, and second one, and this graphical method which is of three types, that is triangle law of vector addition, and second one, that is parallelogram law of vector addition, and third one, when there is more than three vector we have to use another important type of vector addition, that is known as polygon. Polygon law of vector addition. Clear? And next important property, that is known as second point, analytical method. Analytical method of vector addition. Clear? So first we have to derive here a graphical method or graphical representation of vector addition. Clear? So first graphical method of vector addition, that is known as triangle law of vector addition, and second one parallelogram law, and third one polygon law of vector addition. So what is triangle law of vector addition? Triangle law of vector addition. So what is triangle law of vector addition? Suppose there is two vector which represent vector A and a vector quantity which have two characteristics. It must possess magnitude as well as direction. So it has magnitude, and that is a vector, and it has also direction. That's why it is a vector quantity. And similarly, suppose there is another one vector B vector, and which make an angle theta. You can say that this is the direction of B vector and which make an angle theta with a vector A, and this vector B is also represent both magnitude and direction. Then we have to find the resultant vector of this sum of A vector and vector B vector. And there is another one method you can remember. This method is known as tail to head method. You can say that is tail to head method. So what is tail to head method? First shift the vector A. So this is vector A. Now join the tail of B. This is tail of A and this is head. This is tail of B and this is head. Now first shift the vector A and this is tail and this point is head. Now join the tail of B. Now join the tail of B vector with head of A vector. So this is head of A vector. Now join the tail of B vector with head of A vector, and this is B vector. But in this case you have to remember one thing: magnitude and direction of the vector never change by parallel shifting of vector. So this angle is known as angle between two vector. Why? Because if you want to find angle between two vector, then first you have to displace, you have to shift this vector and first join their tail to tail. If you displace this vector here, then this vector will be here, and this point is tail, this point come to here. Clear? So this is angle between two vector, because direction never change. This is the direction. Now first this is A vector, and the tail of A vector means tail of first vector and head of second vector. Tail of first vector, head of second vector. Now join this direction, and which give resultant of these two vector, and this can be write that is A vector plus B vector. Clear? This is known as A vector, R vector equal to A vector plus B vector is known as resultant vector, and the direction of resultant vector which is always opposite order to A and B, because A vector, B vector, and which is opposite vector, and which give the resultant vector of A vector and B vector. This is known as tail to head method. That means first you have to join head of first vector with tail of first vector, head of first vector with tail of second vector, and now choose the tail of first vector with head of second vector. Now join this direction. This direction represent the resultant vector of A and B. Clear? Now discuss here triangle law of vector addition. So according to triangle law of vector addition, if two vectors, this is statement you have to remember, according to triangle law of vector addition, if two vector A vector and B vector, if two vector A vector and B vector possess both magnitude and direction, which represent two sides of a triangle taken in same order, then the resultant vector which possess both magnitude and direction, and by third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. This is not opposite direction, taken in opposite order means, suppose there is two vector A vector and B vector which represent two sides of a triangle, A vector and another one vector is B vector. This is vector B vector, which represent two sides of a triangle, and A vector and B vector which possess magnitude as well as the direction, and this is the angle between A vector and B vector, suppose theta. Now by the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order which represent the resultant vector. This is third side and closing side, and this is known as closing side, taken in opposite order. This is same order and this is opposite order. So A vector and B vector are same order, but this resultant which represent opposite order means this is known as R vector. Clear? So here R vector can be write, that is A vector plus B vector. This is known as triangle law of vector addition. Clear? And this angle is known as alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is angle between resultant vector and A vector. What is R is here? So we get this is resultant vector, means resultant vector consists two factor or two characteristic. What characteristic? Because A and B consist magnitude direction and here also magnetic direction. Similarly, resultant vector consists magnitude as well as direction. So now we have to first find magnitude and direction of resultant vector. Clear? Okay. We will discuss in later, that is analytical method of triangle law, parallelogram law and polygon law. This is known as triangle law. Clear? Okay. Or you can take another one example. If you take, suppose there is a vector and another one vector, suppose this is B vector. Then find the resultant vector of A and B. In this case, so first join their tail to head. This is A vector and its tail is here. Then join tail of B vector. Now this is third side and closing side, which represent opposite order, because A vector, B vector, and this is opposite order, and this is known as resultant, which is equal to A vector plus B vector. Clear? Next one. Now we have to first find here analytical method. Analytical method of triangle law of vector addition. Analytical method of triangle law of vector addition. Clear? And we already discussed here. Suppose there is one vector A vector and another one here B vector. By using triangle law of vector addition, now first shift A vector. I am writing here. This is vector A and second one vector B vector. So this vector is, this is B vector. Clear? And now the angle between two vector A and B, suppose theta is here, and third side or closing side, which represent the resultant vector R vector, and which is equal to A vector plus B vector. Now we have to find here magnitude and direction, and here this angle suppose alpha, which give the direction of resultant vector from A vector. Clear? And now draw a perpendicular. This vector is vector A and this vector is B vector is here. Clear? Okay. Suppose this point is, I am taking here point O and this point P and this point Q. Clear? Now draw a perpendicular QM which meet on OP vector at point M at right angle. Clear? So there is a right angle triangle OQM is right angle triangle. Keep in mind here we have to find magnitude. This vector representation is I am drawing here. So first we have to find here magnitude of R. Magnitude of resultant vector R vector. Why? Because vector consists magnitude and direction. So first find magnitude. And this right angle triangle, so I am writing here in right angle triangle OQM right angle triangle by using Pythagoras theorem. Here hypotenuse, this is hypotenuse. Clear? And its magnitude, this is hypotenuse, and here this is base and this is here height. So in right angle triangle we can write OQ square equal to OM square plus MQ square. This is not theta, this is Q, and this is theta. Theta, what is theta? Theta is angle between two vector. Here theta is angle between A vector and B vector. Clear? So OM square plus QM square, but OM square can be write OP square plus PM square along one straight line. So OP plus PM whole square plus QM square, and if you solve here OP A plus B whole square means OP square plus PM square plus 2OP PM plus QM whole square, which is equal to OQ whole square. Clear? So this is important relation. Now we have to use the value of here, that is OP, PM and QM. Clear? So now first find PM. This is PM and QM. This is known as QM, and there is a right angle triangle, this triangle. So you can write from right angle triangle. I am writing here from right angle triangle PQM. PQM right angle triangle. Here base, we need base, and this is height. So I am writing here sin theta, because this angle is theta and this is base. So sin theta equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, perpendicular P. P means this height. Height is here QM. QM divided by H. What is H? This hypotenuse, and this is vector B and its magnitude, because B is here and its magnitude will be B bar. So perpendicular upon hypotenuse is B is here. So I am writing B vector magnitude, or simply you can write QM by B. So QM equal to B sin theta. We got the value of QM. Now we have to find PM. This PM and base can be evaluated from cos theta. So cos theta equal to B by H, and B is your PM and H is B and its magnitude B vector magnitude. This vector is B. It is PM divided by B, and here we get PM equal to B cos theta. So PM equal to B cos theta. Now use all the value of PM and QM in this equation. Then this equation turned to be, what is Q? OQ. OQ means R, and its magnitude we can write, it is R vector magnitude square. Clear? OQ means magnitude, OP magnitude, all the quantity is here only magnitude. So I have to write here OQ square means R vector magnitude square equal to OP square. OP, which is A and its magnitude, that is A vector, its magnitude square, plus PM. PM is B cos theta, or B cos theta, you can write B cos theta, or magnitude of B vector cos theta into P square, OP square, PM square. PM means whole square, plus 2 into OP, and OP is here OP, and OP is A. OP square means, 2 into OP is here A, and its magnitude we can write here. PM means B, and B you can write magnitude of this, you can write magnitude, or simply you can write B cos theta. Clear? So writing here magnitude of B cos theta plus QM square, and QM is here B. So I am writing B sin theta whole square. Now solve this relation, then you will get R square, or simply write, we already discussed about this relation, R square, and here A square, plus here that is B square cos square theta, plus 2 into AB cos theta, AB cos theta, plus B square, here sin square theta. Clear? Now solve this relation. If you solve this relation, R square equal to, here R square equal to A square plus B square, because here cos square B square and here also B square. So A square plus, here B square and B square common term, B square into cos square theta plus sin square theta is here, sin square theta, A square B square come, then remaining term is here plus 2AB, that is cos theta, and R square equal to A square plus B square, because cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1 by using trigonometry identity. Then the remaining part 2AB cos theta and resultant vector of A and B, which is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta under root. So this is important relation you have to remember. How to calculate resultant of two vector? If two vectors are make certain angle with each other. So this is the important formula. By using this formula, you can find the magnitude of resultant vector. Clear? So this is magnitude of resultant vector, means this R vector. Or simply you can write R equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, because we have resultant vector equal to A vector plus B vector and its magnitude is this much. Clear? Okay. Now we have to find direction. This is known as direction. So next find direction of R vector. Suppose or let alpha be the direction of R vector which make with vector A vector. Here alpha is angle between R vector and vector A. जदि ये A vector हुए, A vector रू केते डिग्री एंगल ऊपर दे की resultant vector जाउची, and that angle is known as alpha is here. So alpha indicate the direction of resultant vector. Now we have to find this angle alpha. If this angle alpha, then there is a right angle triangle OQM. So in right angle triangle OQM, tan theta, because this angle is alpha, tan alpha which is equal to perpendicular upon base, and perpendicular is here QM divided by B means base OM. So OM or QM divided by OM can be write OP plus PM. OP plus PM only magnitude. So we can write tan alpha equal to QM, and QM is here because we already derived a relation, that is QM equal to B sin theta. We already have that relation. Clear? So if we use the relation here, that is B sin theta divided by OP, the value of OP which is equal to A plus magnitude of A, PM, and PM value, this is QM equal to B sin theta. I use your B sin theta. Okay. What is PM? We have relation, that is PM equal to B cos theta. Clear? We have two relation, here QM B sin theta and here PM equal to B cos theta. So I am writing here B cos theta. Clear? This is the value of tan alpha, but we need alpha. So alpha will be alpha equal to tan inverse B sin theta divided by B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. A plus B cos theta. Clear? This is known as alpha, or which indicate the direction of resultant vector. Clear? This is all about, and this indicate the direction of resultant vector, and its magnitude we already know. It is magnitude equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. What is theta? Theta is angle between A vector and B vector. It's on the root. Clear? This is important relation of resultant vector, and this is vector format. R vector equal to A vector plus B vector, and its magnitude A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Clear? And its direction that is tan inverse b sin theta by a plus b cos theta, where theta is angle between a vector and b vector. Clear? This is all about triangle law of vector addition. We discuss here graphical representation and analytical representation of triangle law of vector addition. Next we will discuss the another important law, and this law is very important for your council examination also. So this law is known as parallelogram law. Parallelogram law of vector addition. And first we will discuss here graphical method. Graphical method. Clear? So according to this statement, it states that if two vector represent both magnitude and direction, of two adjacent side of a parallelogram drawn from a point common point or point, then the resultant vector represent both magnitude and direction which passing through the common point, and it is the diagonal of the parallelogram. Suppose there is a vector and this is a vector which consists both magnitude and direction, another one vector that is b vector, and this is direct side angle theta, and this vector b also consists magnitude and direction. According to this definition, first displace the vector a, and this is a vector, and another one vector is b vector. According to this definition, two adjacent side of a parallelogram, these two vector represent two adjacent side. Adjacent side means good parallelogram तुमको जाना आसे नहीं. This is known as parallelogram, and this side is known as two adjacent side. पाखापाखी जो दुटा साइड लागी की थिबो, that two side is known as adjacent side, and here this side is known as adjacent side, and this side is known as adjacent side. So a vector and b vector which represent two sides or two adjacent side of a parallelogram. This is another one side or adjacent side of a parallelogram which meet at a common point. Then resultant of these two vector a and vector b by the parallel which consist both magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram. This is diagonal of the parallelogram, means we have to draw here a diagonal of the parallelogram which passing through the common point and here diagonal also pass through this common point, and this give resultant vector means this vector is R vector. So first in this case we have to complete a parallelogram. This is A vector, and now draw here. Suppose first complete a parallelogram here. This is parallelogram, and this is the diagonal of the parallelogram which passing through the common point where A and B intersect, and this is known as resultant R vector, which is equal to A vector plus B vector. Clear? We can shift B vector to this point by shifting the parallel method, and this is known as B vector, or you can say A vector, B vector, which is same order, and resultant vector which is opposite order, which was triangle law of vector addition. Clear? And if we extend this vector, it's a direction. Suppose this point is O, and this point is P, and this point is Q, and draw a perpendicular here. And this perpendicular which meet OP vector at point M. This point is M. Suppose this point is here N. Clear? So O and QP is a parallelogram where two sides, that is A and B. Clear? This is known as graphical representation of a parallelogram. Clear? A vector and B vector are two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Then the diagonal of the parallelogram which passing through this common point, and which consists both magnitude and direction, and here the angle between two vector A and B is theta, and this angle A vector and B vector which is equal to theta degree. Now come to the analytical method. Analytical method, and in this method we have to find magnitude of R vector. So what is magnitude here? Look at this right angle triangle OQM, same triangle. So in this right angle triangle, OMQ right angle triangle, we can write by using Pythagoras formula OQ square, which is equal to OQ square equal to OM square plus MQ square. OM square plus MQ square, and OM can be write OP plus PM, that is OP plus PM square plus MQ. MQ is here, and write simply that is MQ square, which is equal to OQ square. Okay, now use A plus B whole square formula is here. So OQ square, which is equal to A square plus B square. So OP square plus A square plus B square plus 2OP 2AB A square plus B square plus 2AB into here, that is MQ square. This is equation number 1. Look at this triangle. So in triangle, this right angle triangle PQM right angle triangle, this angle 90 and this angle theta is here, this point B, and this is PM, because we need OP, PM, MQ. So in this right angle triangle we can write sin theta equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, and perpendicular is here QM. So QM divided by H. H means this is H and its magnitude B, because this is B vector and its magnitude B. So you can write here B. So QM equal to B sin theta. B sin theta. Similarly, from this triangle you can find cos theta. So cos theta equal to B by H. What is B? B is base PM. So PM divided by hypotenuse is here H, that is B. Magnitude of B is B is here. So PM equal to B cos theta. Same proof as triangle law of vector addition. Clear? Now solve this relation by use the value of Qm and Pm in equation number 1. Then we will get that is QOQ, and OQ, which is R, its magnitude. So we can write here magnitude of R vector square equal to OP. OP is here A vector magnitude. So you can write A square plus PM. PM is here PM B sin theta. So I am write directly that B square cos square theta plus again 2OP which is A. You have to write only magnitude is here. PM is here, that is B cos theta plus QM, that is B sin theta. So B square and sin square theta is here. Clear? Now look at this relation. B square and B square is common factor here. So you can write here B square and common factor, that is cos square theta plus, and here that is sin square theta. And the remaining part 2AB cos theta. We already know the trigonometry identity cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to 1, and this value equal to 1. Then the remaining part A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta. And here R square, because the magnitude of R vector which is equal to R. So you can write here R square. So R resultant, magnitude of resultant vector or R vector can be write, that is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta under root. This is the magnitude of resultant vector, means this vector magnitude. Clear? Okay. So this is the resultant magnitude A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. What is theta? Theta is here, that is angle between A vector and B vector. Now we have to find direction. Resultant vector kete degree angle deki A vector ru jauchi. Suppose this angle alpha. What is alpha? Now we have to find direction. So direction of resultant vector R vector. Now let alpha be the direction of R which make with A vector, which make is A vector. Alpha is angle between resultant and A vector, and this alpha which give the direction of resultant vector. Clear? So in this case, look at this right angle triangle, this right angle triangle, and this right angle, this angle is 90. By using tan theta and here tan alpha, because this angle is base angle, alpha is here, tan alpha equal to perpendicular upon base, and perpendicular is your QM. QM base means OM, and OM, QM divided by OM. OM can be write OP plus PM. OP plus PM. It is QM. Now use all the value, and here QM equal to B sin theta. B sin theta divided by OP. OP is here A plus B cos theta. Here PM equal to B cos theta. This is tan alpha. So alpha equal to tan inverse. You can write here B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. A plus B cos theta. Clear? So what is theta? Theta is angle between A vector and B vector. And what is alpha? Alpha is angle between resultant vector and A vector. Only A vector. Clear? Okay. Question may arise, if this angle, this resultant is make an angle, suppose this angle beta with B vector, this angle beta with B vector. So at that time direction can be right. This tan beta equal to then this term will be changed. Here B you can write here, in place of B you can write A. So A sin theta divided by is here A, means I can write B plus A cos theta, and other term are same. Clear? This is the direction. If you compare from side B vector, if you compare from A vector, then you have to choose this relation. Clear? So these are all about how to calculate magnitude and direction of resultant vector, resultant of two vector by using parallelogram law of vector addition. Clear? But here there is some special case in parallelogram law of vector addition. What is the special case? Suppose if we discuss special case, case 1, if, because theta is angle between A vector and B vector, if suppose here theta equal to 0 degree, 0 means because there is two vector A vector and here B vector, this angle is theta and this is resultant vector, but here theta is 0 means angle between A vector and B vector is 0 degree is here. Clear? So at that time we have to find resultant, because resultant vector equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 0 degree, and the value of cos 0 which is equal to 1, then A square plus B square plus 2AB under root and A square plus B square plus 2AB which is equal to A plus B whole square under root, and that is equal to A plus B. This is resultant vector, and this resultant vector which is maximum value of resultant. Clear? So at that time suppose there is a vector A vector and another one is vector same direction, because angle between A vector and B vector, suppose A vector is this direction and B vector also same direction, theta is here 0 degree, then we get resultant vector along same direction. So here this indicate that resultant vector. Clear? Okay, and at that time we get maximum value. Okay, in this case what is the direction? Because tan alpha equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta, but theta is here 0 degree. So I am writing here 0 degree and 0 degree. Sin 0 equal to 0. 0 by something, here A plus B, because cos 0 equal to 1, then 0 by something which is equal to 0. Clear? So alpha is here 0. Clear? So alpha is here 0 degree, means what is alpha? Alpha is angle between A vector and resultant vector. This angle is alpha. So in this case this is the direction of A vector and resultant also same direction. So angle between A vector and R is 0 degree here. Clear? Okay, now let case number 2. If angle between two vector is 90 degree, if two vector are 90 degree to each other, suppose this is A vector and here B vector and this is the resultant vector, means according to parallelogram this is the resultant vector and angle between two vector is here 90 degree. Clear? So in this case we have to find resultant R vector equal to A square B square plus 2AB cos theta, and theta is here 90 because angle between A vector and B vector is 90 degree. Then this term will be 0. A square plus B square root over, this is resultant vector and this is R vector. Clear? And direction you can find tan alpha equal to B sin theta, and theta is here 90 divided by A plus B cos theta, and cos 90 equal to 0, but sin 90 which is equal to 1, then this value will be B divided by A. Clear? And in this case if the magnitude of vector A equal to magnitude of vector B, if we take, then at that time tan alpha equal to B by A, means A equal to B, so A by A which is equal to 1, and its value tan 45 degree, so tan cancel, so alpha is here 45 degree. That means if there is a vector A vector and suppose its magnitude 5 Newton, and another one vector is here B vector and its magnitude also 5 Newton, angle between them is 90, at that time we get this is resultant vector. This is the resultant vector and this angle will be 45 degree. This is indicate the direction, and at that time if A equal to B, then we can write here A square plus A square. If A equal to B, If A equal to B, you can write R equal to magnitude of R equal to, that is 2A square, and we get A root 2. This is answer. Clear? And if we discuss another one case which is important, if angle between two vector is 180 degree, or two vector are represent on a particle 180 degree to each other, so at that time, case number 3, and this case there is a vector A vector and another one vector is here B vector, and angle between them is 180 degree. So in this case we have to find magnitude and direction of resultant vector. Clear? But here resultant vector magnitude equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 180 degree, and you already know the value of cos 180 is equal to -1. Then this relation will be A square plus B square plus 2AB minus 1. Why? Because the value of cos 180 equal to -1 and it's on the root, means A square plus B square minus 2AB, which is equal to A minus B whole square, and we get A minus B, and this is minimum value. Clear? This is minimum value. If you can take one condition, if magnitude of A vector equal to magnitude of B vector, then resultant will be 0. Then this resultant which lies how much? That is R plus A plus B. This is maximum value we get here. Maximum value to less than equal to A minus B. A minus B. This is minimum value. Clear? This resultant vary minimum value to maximum value. Clear? Okay. Another one term we can choose here, because R equal to A minus B. Magnitude of R equal to A minus B. You can take one condition, if A greater than B. Now let us first start. What is tan alpha? Tan alpha equal to B sin 180 degree divided by how much? Here that is A minus or A plus B cos 180 degree. Clear? But here B sin 180 which is equal to 0 degree, and here tan alpha equal to 0, and you already know tan alpha equal to in this case 0 degree, because sin 0 also 0, sin 0 also 0, and sin 180 also 0. So in this case we have to find what is the value of alpha. In this case, if A equal to B, that means here suppose this vector A vector and another one vector whose magnitude is small as compared to B vector, so this is B vector. Clear? And here A vector is suppose 10 Newton and B vector is suppose 5 Newton. Then resultant vector which direction? Then resultant vector will be this direction. This is resultant vector R and its magnitude, that is 5 Newton, and this vector is along the vector of A vector. Clear? So here alpha which is equal to 0 degree. Why? Because alpha is angle between A vector and B vector when A greater than B. This is condition. Another one condition, if A less than B, so at that time R will be negative, because we have to always take, because this is magnitude means positive sign. So in this case A vector B vector, there is A vector, this is A vector and its magnitude suppose 5 Newton, and another one vector is here, suppose this vector is B vector and its magnitude 10 Newton, and angle between them is 180 degree. Here angle between them is 180 degree, theta equal to here 180 degree. So in this case 5, this is 10 and here 5, because 10 is here and 5 Newton is here, so resultant force will be this direction, and the resultant magnitude of resultant, that is 5 Newton, because 5 this Newton can write 5 plus 5, so 5 cancel, only 5 remain and this 5 Newton towards B, and again angle between A and B, this is A vector and this is resultant vector, this is alpha, so alpha is here 180 degree. This case we get alpha equal to 180 degree. Clear? This is all about parallelogram law of vector addition. Clear?